I want to give you tiebacks. Tiebacks are 3 nuggets, 3 takeaways that you can use that are truths about the game. I believe in tiebacks as teachers, and I haven't always taught with tiebacks. They came to me about 6 years ago, and they're really important because we teach a lot. All of us are speakers at some point, and it's not about us speaking more and then we get better. It's about staying inspired with our speech. A lot of people give speeches, and some of them were the same, and we have to stay inspired. So tiebacks are the bow behind the exercise. And the 3 tiebacks, by the way, if you're writing, that's great. I'm going to send Mono the playbook. You will get it emailed in case you just want to connect and don't want to write. If you want to write, that's fine. The 3 tiebacks are so important. This is where we come off of the humor, off of the interactivity, and actually bring it home and make it applicable to our life. It's not just about playfulness. It's not just about interactivity. It's about then how do you make that interactivity connect into our entire being. The first tie back to 1, 2, 3 is, are you listening or are you waiting to talk? That game forces you to listen. You can play it with your teenager. You can play it with your team. But I can't say 2, Hakeem, until you say 1. And listening to talk, I'm guilty, and a lot of people that are strong personalities are listening to talkers. And if you're wondering, am I? This is what it kind of looks like when my wife is talking to me. And by the way, she is here. And she'll be talking, and this is me. No, keep going. No. That's a waiting to talker and a miserable person to talk to. Agree? So don't be a waiting to talker, be a listener, and it takes practice just like this. Is that okay, Alan? No, inside. Don't correct me on stage. Don't correct me on stage. The second tie back to 1, 2, 3 is in this world, and everything ties back to everything that's been done because you guys are all speaking universal truths. The second tie back is don't bounce, don't stare, connect. Mono, you talked about it. I'm that guy too. When you bounce and you stare, you go right through the don't pass sign. Don't bounce, don't stare. We're a bounce society when we do the and the networking. And by the way, don't ever do that move, ever. What's up, Tiger? It's Steve. What's up, Chief? It's Steve. Sporto, it's Steve. And Sporto. Don't bounce, don't stare, connect. And Hakeem, in that game, without making it too creepy, we connected, but we connected under the guise of game dynamics, which made it playful versus let's just stare at each other for 90 seconds. Thank you. Let's give Hakeem a hand. No, weird exercise. The last tie back is actually just almost preaching to the choir. Don't be too cool for school, because I just played a game called 1, 2, 3 with you. And if you want to be cool about it, you can be like, 1, I'm going to text in 2. Text it in. Sideways happy face. I'm too cool. You have to enjoy the playfulness, and collective playfulness allows us to be safe, so don't be too cool for school. I will drive that home with, there was one pattern change in our rotation, and it happened during the stomp round. Did anyone want to point that out? It was a very subtle, don't complicate it. And don't worry if you give the wrong answer, I'm not going to shame you. But what was a difference in the rotation when Hakeem and I went on the stomp round, and then I'll explain why. Anyone? It was a very subtle rotation switch. It was a little slower because I was vibing Hakeem's rhythm, and I wanted him to look like a hero. That's right, but there's something else. It wasn't predetermined, which is true because we didn't plan any of this out, but really none of this is predetermined. I went first. And the reason I went first is when I told my young man to stomp and have fun with it, I'm going to show him what that looks like. You got it? And how often are we like, do it? Because you've done it, thousands do it. And the 12-year-old's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Do what? Do it! Oh, I haven't told you yet. So I'm going to show Hakeem the funny stomp, so he then goes, I know what he means when you say have fun with the stomp. Don't bounce, don't stare, connect, listen, don't wait to talk. Don't be too cool for school. Give him some love. I see the posters at the colleges and pro environments a lot where the confidence poster, recently it's that breaching whale. It says courage underneath. I've never had an athlete like throw for 400 yards, come off the field. I'm like, what was it? He's like, it was the breaching whale. And I'm not knocking posters. I'm not, no, you're like, someone's like, I own the trademark on that. Good for you. I'm not knocking posters. I like them too. They're reminders. Play like a champion and honor others and all these awesome phrases. They're great. But a poster of a breaching whale that says courage is not all we need. We need way more than that. So let's take that poster off the wall. This game is called Expert Speaker.